Hi, welcome to Barefoot English, Introduction Part 2. The science of the bilingual brain and the science of our already multilingual brains. Let's begin with the concept of our multilingual brain. Communication begins when a baby is in the womb. They hear the sounds that are around them. When they come out, they spend their time listening and watching. Just look at any baby. All they're doing is sitting in awe as they see the world around them, as they listen to the sounds around them. Over time, they learn what milk is, they learn what mom is and dad is, and eventually, after really a long time, they start to speak. And it doesn't matter how complicated that language is, they will learn it. It becomes the operating system in their brain, running everything, controlling all the parts of their body in their native language. A bilingual brain is sort of like a double operating system happening in your brain. What happens is a new area is created for that language, and that language involves all the multilingual aspects of the native language. The speed of switching between languages is seamless. Oftentimes you can see people sitting in groups, switching from Vietnamese to English to Vietnamese to English to French to German. Whatever languages are the bilingual languages that they share, it goes just seamless to one to the next, and you don't have to stop and think about what you're saying. So below in the description, you'll find some fantastic videos that will help you understand this. I'm going to do my best just to kind of give you an overall explanation of how we can get there together by listening, by watching, by letting your brain do the work, because that's ultimately what needs to happen. Your brain will change and you will end up with two fully functional operating systems that connect together quickly and that also can be used separately with ease. So imagine for a second that you have an Android phone and I have an iPhone. I have iOS and you're using Android, right? That's the operating system. So far, we haven't made a phone that can do both at the same time. But our brains are much more powerful than the telephones or computers that we use. We can actually build a second system. And the benefits of that are so varied and so great. And I really do encourage you to watch some of the videos below and learn more about why it's important to have that bilingual brain. Now, the way we work is that you learn to listen. After listening, your brain begins to process the things that it's heard. It doesn't do it instantaneously. Sometimes you won't understand very much of what I'm saying. That's okay. Eventually, you'll understand everything that I'm saying, and that's really great. And that's because your brain did all the work. Let's talk about the aha moments, the moments of the light bulb going off, because we can all relate to that, and that is really the process that happens with my videos or my private lessons with students. The aha moments, or that light bulb going off, happen when we read something or hear something that we don't understand. Imagine you're in a classroom, the professor is giving a lecture, you walk out confused. Hours later, maybe days later, you're riding your motorbike or your electric bicycle or your car, or you're walking and you go, aha, I got it. I understand what the professor said on Tuesday. That's because during the time that you were letting your brain do so many other things. You were living your life. Your brain was busy processing that data, trying to figure out what to do with it. Where does it belong? What does it mean? Where should it go in the brain? So with us, imagine that everything you hear, everything that you listen to as you're listening to my videos, it's going into a waiting room, kind of a place like when you're at a doctor's office. And eventually you get called into the doctor's office. But in the meantime, it's in the waiting room being worked on. The brain is figuring out, what does it mean? For children, they might need to hear something 20 times before they get it. And I've been teaching children as young as 13 months to 6 years old for the last 3 years. So I really do understand the patience that it takes to continuously tell a child what something is. I teach all of my students, bring me things, I'll tell you what it is. They might bring the same thing to me for 20 days in a row. And then on the 21st day, instead of asking me, they bring it and they say dinosaur, or they say green triangle, or building block, or whatever that item, that special item that they wanted to know in English was. That's how we're gonna learn together. Listen, watch, see what's going on around in the video, and then take the time to let your brain rest and process everything. Gradually, it will say, whoa, this is serious. This person really wants to understand English. And it will start to build an English operating system in your brain. That's actually science. We know it's true, and as you'll see in the videos below, you can watch it happen, hear from scientists that talk about it. Don't just take my word for it. It's true. So this is the journey. The journey starts with opening your ears, with trying to mimic how I say things. What body language do I use? Now, let's go back again. I said that we are already multilingual. And the reality is we are multilingual. You don't just understand audio language, the words that people tell you. You understand body language. You understand the emotions that people are feeling just by seeing their face. You understand signs and symbols. Those are all forms of communication, and each one of them is different, and our brain responds instantaneously to them. If I go, that means quiet, pretty much universally. If I look sad, people notice. If I look happy, people notice. If you come home late and your dad is sitting in the corner with his arms crossed, you know you're in trouble. He hasn't said a word, but you understood. So our brains already function on a multilingual basis. Becoming bilingual is easy because our brains are made for doing this. So join me on this adventure and learn how to become bilingual to whatever level you need. Remember, like, share, and subscribe so that you don't miss out on every opportunity to add to your new English center. Thanks, and see you soon on Barefoot English.